Rồi, rồi.
Today we meet Mr. Harald. He is really knowledge and expert on his field, and he's host of Windsor Conference in Austria, FH-Prof School University. So today I would like to ask you some questions. According to my prepare, what you so that I will ask you the three questions. So the first question is come to what sector and industry do you see as leading the way in the green economy?
So, which sector of the industry is leading in the green? So, who is very innovative, or very successful, or yeah. I mean, on the one hand, the range of the industry is very wide, and it depends very much, of course, how you define sustainability, and so how you measure these procedures. For example, to give you an example, as I'm deeply involved in sustainable tourism here, for example, when you take travels to other countries, then you can do very much in the field of social sustainability in a way that you integrate the local population, that they take profit from the income produced by tourism. On the other side, the condition therefore is that they take a long-haul flight to there, so it's very climate emission intensive. So there are some fields which are good on the one side, but on the other side which problematic costs. When you come, for example, to energy production, we are here in a field which is very innovative, and where we have already very well established technologies such as windcraft, such as photovoltaic, where it's on the one side a question of, well, investment, that the people have the money, but on the other side it's a social problem, especially for example if you have a natural park, or you have a nice landscape sorry, and then the erection of a wind aircraft is problematic, because this creates anti-windcraft movement, for example. On the other side, there are fields where there is a lot of things to be done, and which are especially fundamental when it comes to health-related technology. So I think water cleaning or wastewater treatment is one of the most essential elements, because this affects people immediately. And we have both a problem with water, a growing problem with water. Water is more and more used. In the same time, with climate warming, we have more and more restrictions with water. So this is a thing where we have to continue in this field, but where are still big chances. So you see, the shortest answer would be, it depends.
Yeah. All right. According to your information, you effort, and do you think the air company use new power or fuel to the aircraft? It's good for the environment or sustainability development?
There are several big researches in order to replace aircraft fuel in order to make it more climate neutral. A friend of mine, Paul Peters from Netherlands, is an expert on this, and he showed that you can even transform, we have already the technology to recap the coal dioxide from the air and turn it into kind of kerosene. So this is feasible. The problem is that it costs 4 times more than regular kerosene. So on the one side, it's the price. The other side is, well, if you produce organic hydrogen by electrolytic processes, you also can do this, and I think there is a relatively big industry for that in South Argentine. So they use the wind energy, but the amount of fossil fuel they produce doesn't help even to support a million part of the air industry. So the demand, I mean, just to give you an idea, just a few days ago I had a presentation about this. The amount of petrol which is burned every year only for air transportation is a cube 750 meters long, wide and high. And this is burned every year. This is enormous. So the biggest challenge is that it's almost impossible to produce this enormous amount of artificial fossil. So to my personal view, I don't see an alternative to finally reduce unnecessary flying, so reduce so also behavior. At one point, of course, making airplanes more efficient, etc., and raise the amount of organic or climate neutral fuel, but it's not really realistic within a time of 30 years to replace it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, and for the last questions for you today. And how maybe challenging of the future? So, what are the main challenges facing the growth of the green zone today?
Especially in the face of the newest political developments, things like the new wars in Middle East, the strong tendency in many countries to a populist government, this raises the danger that policy tends more to irrational, cheap solution, which we call in the systems theory cheap and dirty solutions. So we make something which like the tax of Mr. Trump.
Yep.
On the long term, it's disastrous for everybody, but on the short term, woo-hoo. And we see this effect already at the European Union level, where they had reformulated the targets for the Green Deal, with the consequence that now smaller companies are not obligated anymore to do the ESG reporting. And there is the big danger, as in Hungary or in other countries, they have this tendency of saying, well, climate change is a hoax. And of course, these ecological problems we are facing, they are putting our existence in danger because they are growing, and in the same time we are losing fertile soil, we are losing potable water, we are losing fish stocks. So this amount of chances in order to continue our life is decreasing. We don't do this in order to heal the world and to be nice to the elephants or something like this. It's in order to sustain our own existence. But this is a complex topic, and we can't put into action when we don't have the regulation behind, and so if we don't have the politics behind. Politicians on the other side, they have to stay in contact, because if they don't get elected, they can't do anything. So I see here this conflict between what people want or not want, and this very much short-term oriented thinking and voting, in a strong contradiction to what has to be done in order to maintain the life quality of exactly those voters.
Right. And thank you, Mr. Harry, so much for his knowledge and interesting information shared with us. And today we are closing the meeting and conference here. Once again, we would like to thank you so much and wish you all the best in the future. We hope to see you in my country one more time.
It's very much a pleasure. I love Vietnam very much, and I had fantastic experiences there. And I wish all the best for the well-being of the Vietnamese people.
Thank you so much, Mr. Harry. We will shake the hand. Thank you.